Indeed, greetings unto you, my beloved and holy friends. Thank you so much for joining me again on another video. I really do appreciate your presence as always. If you enjoy what it is I'm doing here, consider liking the video, consider subscribing, and do leave a comment. I answer, or at least I try to answer every single one of them, actually. Okay. Indeed, greetings unto you, my beloved and holy friends. Thank you so much for joining me again on another video. I really do appreciate your presence. If you enjoy what it is I'm doing here, do consider liking the video, consider subscribing, and do leave a comment. I try and answer every single one of them. Let's go live! I'm gonna pour myself a glass of water, and then I'm going to say something worth saying out loud, or at least read something worth saying out loud. Intentions. I've become, every single day I'm trying to become more and more aware of intentions, because your desired outcome in life, in whatever direction you take, in whatever type of energy you want to experience or want to cultivate, it's going to come down at the end of the day to what your intention is for that energy. And this is actually one of those intentions, one of the things that I've been very aware of, at least in my life as of late. So I'm going to read two things that I believe is worth saying. The first one is, what do I choose to communicate to the world? So what do I choose to communicate to the world? We are ceaselessly teaching the world what we believe holds the greatest value. We are ceaselessly teaching the world what we believe is holds the greatest value. Like literally, with whatever it is we do, if it is like complaining, if it is experiencing things, like whatever it is we choose to communicate to the world, we are basically telling our subconscious and telling, the subconscious of God what it is we find important, what it is we value, and the things we value gets returned onto us tenfold. Like this is one of the things that we don't have power over, is our power to create. But we do have power over what it is we want to create. Like today's lesson is basically, at least the lesson that I learned, was about the way of transformation. So, like there's so much information here that I absolutely love. And I'm going to share a little bit of it. So words, or like comments that you friends leave, are bits of our mind being sent for our minds to meet. So like this is at least how I've been feeling about it as of late. So if you think about two people meeting each other, right? They have a conversation, and in having that conversation, it's these two minds that are intersecting with each other, joining each other, sharing this experience with each other, and creating this feeling of oneness, right, with each other. So by leaving a comment, by saying good morning Melt like Justin just did, his mind created the good morning Melt message, or prestigious matches, good morning Melt and friends. And by creating these messages, your pieces of your mind now resides with me. And because of these interactions, because of the piece of your mind that you've sent my way, I get to send a piece of my mind your way. And it's always this ebb and flow back and forth between people and between fields of energy. And like I wanna, is it this one? Yeah, it's this one. So I'm going to read this one, and then I think I'm going to put the little book down. It's a good one, at least. The way of transformation is the way of assuming responsibility for time. For time is not a prison for you. It is that which flows out of your very consciousness. And there is never a place or a time which is more conducive to the way of transformation than the place in which you are and the time that is now. You feel that? You feel that message? What it's trying to tell you? Because, and this is something that I feel like I really need to learn. So, like one of my philosophies for these streams is that you should teach what you want to learn. And I have a lot to learn, my friends. So much to learn. This is definitely one of them. The way of transformation is the way of assuming responsibility for time. For time. For time is not a prison for you. It is that which flows out of your very consciousness. And there is never a place or a time which is more conducive to the way of the transformation than the place in which you are and the time that is now. And yeah, this really does blow my mind, because it's this clear statement, and it makes so much intuitive sense to me that I have to be the change, be the experience, be the feeling that I want right now, in this moment right now. There's nowhere I have to go, there's nowhere I have to be, there's no time frame in which it will happen for me to transform myself and my every single interactions, my every ebb and flow, my every action, whatever it is I want to do, be it take a sip of water. If I have an intention for these things, I am actively and ceaselessly becoming a creator by choosing what it is I want to create, what is it my intention is for these things that I'm doing. And the more and more we do this, the more and more power we give ourselves over that. Thor, I love you, man. Well said. I love you as well, my friend. And thank you. Everybody, this is your friendly reminder to drink water. Yes, good reminder. Drink water, my friends. Water is an essential component to life. I wanted to say chemical to life, but calling water, technically water is a chemical as well, but calling water a chemical just doesn't really ring well with me. The power of now. The power of now. Like literally, Justin, just the power of now. Becoming aware more and more so of where it is we are right now. The time, the space, the emotional growth, the spiritual growth, the development that we've already experienced. It took us a lot of time to be where we are right now, and there's still a lot of time to come to take us where we're supposed to be. But the only way for us to get there is to reside there right now. And damn, it makes me happy. I'm still so far away, but it makes me happy that I have this another mountain to climb, if you will. Hey everyone, we are having a beautiful day here, which is nice because our power is out. Hoping I can stay for the whole stream. I hope that it doesn't take too much mobile data. Naomi, I actually saw you saying something like that in the Discord. I try and like catch up on the Discord messages. Like most of them get sent while I'm asleep because that's like the daytime hours for America. But it's nice to have you here, Naomi. Welcome. So I want to take a sip of water, but before I do want to set an intention for why it is I'm taking sips of water today. And I feel transformation is my reason. Transformation in everything that I do in this very moment that I am in right now, and transforming that experience into the experience of now, the experience of being, the experience of creation, the experience of living into what it is I'm supposed to be living. And not trying to escape it, not trying to change it, but actually being aware of it and being present for this moment, this now, this place and this time. So, to transformation. Every sip I take will be transforming me into the being I'm supposed to be. Cheers, my friend. Transformation. Like when I set these intentions for the water as well, when I take a sip, my initial sip, I pay so much attention as well, because maybe it's just the placebo effect, if you will, but depending on what intention I put I set for the water, it changes the way that I perceive it, the way that it feels, the way that it tastes. Like it's probably just the power of the mind, but the power of the mind is a vast thing. Glad you made it, Naomi. I'm also glad Naomi made it. I'm glad that I could make it too. Hopefully I don't use too much of my data on my phone, so I am able to watch the stream and hopefully not use too much. I hope so as well, Naomi. Like it would be unfortunate. I don't think it should take that much data, just because like these streams are like I think 720p if it goes that high. Like Reddit still has an interesting algorithm, to say the least, about how they compress these streams. But I'm happy that you're here. I hope that you can stay for as long as possible. And hello, Lane. Welcome, my friend. I read your message, but I've not replied to it. I am thinking about a reply. Man, what is it, that place you called? Tiger Store? Something Tiger Store? What? What was that place actually, my friend? Wasn't it a music selling place? I feel like that was the gist of it. Like, what was that story you were talking about? I'm kind of curious. Ah, um, is that a vest or a scarf? This is a pashmina, my friend. A drip scarf, as I call it affectionately. Like, interestingly enough, I was actually thinking about the fact that someone said that they liked my vest the other day, and I was like, when I was putting it on, so you can like create different styles. You can do this with it, and it will kind of stay that way because it's a pretty firm piece of cloth. So that depending on how you want it to look, you can create different like levels. And I was standing in the mirror getting ready, and I kind of had it like over me as well, like that, and I was like thinking, I can kind of see how it could look like a vest if you didn't know. So I'm happy that you brought it up again into my field of consciousness, my friend. Just popping in for a second, gotta get ready for breakfast soon. It's no problem, Lane. I appreciate you being here right now. Sleeping Tiger, that's the one. What is Sleeping Tiger? The Sleeping Tiger store? I have no idea what that is. Yeah, it's Coffee and Meltmore. Coffee and Meltmore, my friend. Thank you for being here. How have you been? Anakin reincarnate. How have you been, Anakin reincarnate, my friend? I hope you've been well. I hope you've been healthy. I hope you've been absolutely thriving. I've, uh, I've come to a lot of realizations again. Just we have this tendency, to reach forward, to try and get something, try and rush towards whatever it is we wanna go and achieve, create, experience, and we neglect sometimes the moments we have right now. Like right now, it's extremely hot, and like the scarf is not helping. Talking about the scarf, I'm actually going to wet it, but instead of being aware of the heat and creating a negative connotation to the heat, and like, oh, this is not a pleasurable experience, you can even become aware of the heat as a divinely created experience, like experiencing the very sweat that runs down your body, and seeing it as self-created as well. Just giving yourself power in every single moment. The water is running out underneath. I'm trying to catch as much of it as possible. Like, for some reason, this material doesn't wick as well, or maybe it's just a little bit porous. So what it is I'm doing is I'm adding water to my drip scarf, and then I'm going to add this wet piece to the back of my neck, and then it does the opposite that a normal scarf does. Instead of heating me up, it will cool me down. And it's actually the reason that I wear these things, basically, no matter what the weather is, because if it's excessively hot, then this thing cools me down. If it's excessively cold, then it can help heat me up a little bit. And if it's just comfortable, you leave it as is, and it keeps you comfortable. What is our intention today? My intention today is transformation, Justin. Transformation. Transformation is another one of those words that can kind of be scary or unfamiliar. Like, what is it we're supposed to be transforming into, But we're supposed to be transforming into our truest, most divine selves, I believe, at least. I had this whole to-do list today, and now trying to figure out what I can do with my power out. At least I can water my plants while I listen to this stream. Fortunately, you can do that. Like, I'm not sure what is on your to-do list, but most of the housework sort of things, fortunately, you don't need power for. Like, since I have to also deal with like regular power outages, I've kind of given myself a space to be calm as well during those times. And going outside has been a big thing as well. Like the other night when our power was off for like 4.5 hours, me, my brother, both my brothers, my sister, and my dad everyone except for my mom. We basically have this mat that we kind of put underneath the cars if we're going to go and work under them, and it's yeah, it's basically just this thickish mat material, and we put it over the grass. We brought some blankets, and it was one of those nights where the moon was like very very, we call it cirkelmaan. I'm not sure what the English word for it is actually. Not a half moon, like a scythe moon. Is that what you call it? I'm not exactly sure. Anyway, it was small moon. The stars were absolutely beautiful, so bright, and we were just all laying on the grass looking at the stars. And I was waiting for the power to come back on, and I was just thinking to myself how, even though technically we're now in a an unfortunate circumstance, not having electricity for an extended period of time, especially when it's longer than you anticipate for it to be, it can create these you know feelings. Crescent moon, there we go. Thank you, my friends. Yes, crescent moon. uh like, it can create these feelings of like, oh, why is this happening? And when I had that feeling of why is this happening, it kind of came up in me that you're supposed to be having this experience. You're supposed to be looking at the stars right now, seeing these beautiful things. And like, looking at the stars is also such a profound experience, because so many like of the stars that we see are technically very close to our galaxy, and then sometimes stars basically work together to illuminate enough light throughout like time and space to be able to reach us. And the our universe is expanding at an accelerating rate, so even though the light hit us eventually, like the longer that it travels, the shorter the amplitude. Is it amplitude? The shorter the frequency. Was it longer the frequency? I think longer the frequency of the light gets. So as it comes off of the star, it like goes quickly, and then as it travels, it becomes slower and slower and slower. And we experience all of that information as well, like looking up at the stars and recognizing that the very matter that makes up our beings came from there. Came from supernova explosions of stars collapsing upon themselves and making matter to make us. It's good to think about these things as well. Puts it in perspective. I really like thinking about the scale of humanity and of our planet as well, and of our solar system in space. Like, we're so small, friends. We're so small, like minuscule. Not even our planet, not even our entire solar system, not even our entire universe is big in comparison. Not universe, galaxy is big in comparison to the universe, and it's expanding. And there's like new studies, so there is like discrepancies. People can't actually like really agree on how fast the universe is expanding, and that discrepancy is now kind of coined the crisis of cosmology at the moment. And it makes me laugh to think that we're still finding things out that could maybe change how we look at space and math completely. Completely. And like it like, there's a theory now that suggests that dark energy grows as the universe expands. Like, not only does it have substance, but it is expanding as it expands. So like, maybe dark energy is this thing that pushes matter out, and it creates like these basically very similar to our neuron structures, where it has like these hubs and then strings that connect these hubs to each other, and then between these hubs and these strings that connect each other, there's these pockets of dark energy that are growing and pushing things out further and further. And energy, wow, man, energy is wacky. It's so weird. Dressed like a rug. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess you could say I'm dressed like a rug. Thank you, my friend. Hello again, Edmund. Hello, Edmund, indeed. Welcome, my friend. Man, it's so nice to have you friends come and have a conversation with me every single day. I feel so fortunate and so blessed in so many ways. Oh man, I'm falling back a little bit. My pillow is It's kind of on a weird angle, and for some reason it's like cutting off the blood to my leg as well. So it's, I mean, I have like a bunch of pins and needles at the moment. Good morning, Melt fam. Hey, Harry Literature. I have not seen you here in what feels like almost a month, maybe more than a month, my friend. How have you been? Where have you been? I hope you've been well. We are even smaller. Yeah, dude, like if you can really wrap your head around just looking at ourselves as like this little solar system in space, and you keep zooming out with that like picture in your mind's eye, it's kind of like daunting just looking at how small we are. Just like even our solar system is so tiny, like just these little little specks, little balls of mud, and we're just flying through space at ridiculous speeds as well, and yet we can have these calm experiences. And something we talk about, how we're just like flying through space, and like we have these petty things that we fight about on our surface, and we kill each other for the smallest amount of resources, and we hate each other based on the amount of, is it melanin, pigment in our skin. Like, why are we doing these things? I think like this is actually something that like happened to Neil Armstrong, like when he was on the moon looking at our entire planet as this little orb. I think it would like, well, he said that it did, but I think it would change your complete perspective on humanity, and you can kind of see then, you can kind of understand why peace and love and unity should be the only thing that actually prevails. We're living on a very fragile egg, my friends. We should appreciate it. Just to be able to be alive and to experience the life that it is we're experiencing right now is an absolute blessing. Nice patch, bro. I'm happy that you appreciated Creepy Morning. The Holy Quran clearly states the expansion of the expansion of the universe 1,000 years ago. Okay, I didn't know that, my friend. The Quran is the Eastern, is it Eastern Bible, right? The Bible of the Jews. If I'm not like incorrect, please do correct me if I'm talking nonsense. Dude, I've always wanted to study physics, so when you speak of these things, my mind goes wild. Mine is, well, friend, like when I speak about these things, I feel like I'm opening myself up to information as well. Like if you haven't seen uh, Neil deGrasse Tyson's Cosmos, I would highly recommend that you watch that as well. It's fascinating. It really is fascinating. It puts into perspective so many things, and when you look at these things, just looking at the scale, like technically our universe is still in its infancy. Like it's only just starting. And with that thought and with that realization as well, humans or humanity could be one of the first forms of life that our universe has ever developed. I think it was Carl Sagan that said that we might be alone in the universe or we might not be alone in the universe. And both of those options are completely terrifying in their own rights. I would love for the idea that we're not alone though. Man, I would give no, I honestly I would give anything. How else am I feeling about this? I would I would give up a lot. Let me just say that, just to have a conversation with an alien. Just imagine the mindset differences that you would be able to recognize and to realize, and to look at yourself through the eyes of an alien, and to see yourself through the eyes of an alien, and to see the way that you look at an alien and those thoughts and the feelings that come up as a result of that. I wonder if we would be communicating telepathically. Yeah. I like this. I really enjoy thinking about aliens. I don't know exactly why. Maybe it's just because it's one of those mystery things, fantasy thing. Something I like playing with as an idea. Man, aliens. Aliens. um, Speak of these things, mine go well. Mine as well, my friend. Have you ever closed your eyes and tried to see all white? Yeah, I have actually been able to do that, my friend. I haven't been able to catch you getting back on schedule. All is good. Thanks. You're so welcome, my friend. And you don't have to worry about, not being able to catch me. It's nice to have you here right now. Freeze less? Freeze less? Melt more? I understand. Freeze less would be my arch enemy. But he's freezing less. And I'm melting more. So I don't feel like he would stand a chance, would he? If he was freezing more, then maybe. But if he freezes less. Maybe actually his goal is to like melt the polar ice caps. That's why he freezes less. Maybe I'm just thinking about it too much as well. Mm, I'm so happy. I have an orchid that belongs to my grandmother, and a few months ago it was dying. So I got a new pot and better potting material, and now it has so many new roots, buds, and it's thriving. I'm so happy to hear that, Naomi. I actually remember about this plant. It's actually one of the things that we talked about first when you reached out to me. I'm happy to hear that it's thriving, as you said. It really makes me so happy. Like, I wonder, do orchids have like a life? Like, is there a set amount of time that they want to live for? I don't know, actually. It's confusing to me as well how certain plants have these half-lives. Like the cannabis plant, for example. It goes through this process of being in the vegetative state, putting out branches, putting out leaves. Then it like switches over to the flowering state, and it completely changes the whole. Oh, just a little piece of grass. It completely changes the whole dynamic of the plant and the structure of it as well, and what it like utilizes its resources for. And you can see it like autophagizes. Is it autophagy? Cannibalizes whatever, eats its own leaves, and it like pulls all the nutrients out of them. And it can be alarming if you don't understand what's happening, because it looks like your plant is dying, but it's just so intelligent, and it uses all of these energies to create these beautiful flowers. And these beautiful flowers create amazing chemicals, and the flavonoids and the stuff that it gives off and the way that they smell. It's profound. Just life is so profound. And your orchids are gonna do the same thing. Just imagine seeing those beautiful orchids bloom. Do orchids smell nice? I'm not sure if I'm talking out of my ass. Maybe. They'll look beautiful, at least. If anything, they'll look beautiful. It's a beautiful day out today. It really is. It's like completely clear right above me. There's some clouds like on the horizon, but above me it's completely nice and blue. So that's probably why it was so hot today as well. That's awesome. Haunting. Orchids are beautiful. They really are. That's so exciting, Naomi. Did you propagate it or just repot? I think she just repotted it, actually. There's an amazing documentary called One Strange Rock about Earth. It's so worth watching. Made me fall in love with Earth even more. One Strange Rock. By who is it, my friend? Because that sounds like something that I would like to watch, actually. Because we definitely do live on one strange rock. There's so much just beauty and creation and experience all around us. Every single day, we just have this plethora of information to absorb and to discern with. And every single mind that we engage with engages with us. Like it's this energy field thing that we come together and we create this back and forth, this energy exchange. And every single one of your comments is doing that, my friends. Like that's something that I really realized today, is how your comment creates this ripple effect in me. And this is something that Giovanna actually sent me a message about. She's not here because she's out of family. Thinking about you, Giovanna, if you do see this. And she basically said how we create these ripple effects. Like we do something and then it creates this ripple effect in the mind of someone else, and then because of those ripples it prompts them to do something in someone else's lives, creating ripples in their lives, and also in turn creating ripples in their own lives, and then those ripples again come back to us eventually, and then we experience them again. We just have to kind of decide which ripples we want to make a part of our beings, which ripples it is we want to keep, if you will, because we're going to be experiencing a lot of ripples. Sometimes the ocean is wild, but we get to decide if we want to associate and identify with that wild side of the ocean, or we get to identify and associate with the stillness of the ocean. However we want to, whatever we decree is. Quran, holy book of the Muslims. There we go. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you enlightening me. Day 80. Wow. Good morning, everyone. Yeah, dude. Day 80. Damn. 80 days of doing something every single day. First time for me. It's a first time for me. I look forward to being able to do more things with as much commitment, with as much momentum as well. Like it feels really good. Every single day we take a little smaller step forward. Meltmore, what are your thoughts on the Fibonacci sequence? So the Fibonacci sequence is basically 1, and then it's like 1 1, and then it's like 2, and then it's 3, and then it's 5, and then it's 8, and then it's 13, right? So it's basically the value of the previous 2 numbers added together, and then it creates, if you like plot those numbers, it creates this spiral effect, and it's beautiful. And if you look at our universe and the way that, for example, sunflower seeds fill up the space that they have to fill up with seeds, it creates these Fibonacci spirals, or Fibonacci sequence spirals, and it's beautiful. And I think one of the best ways to really appreciate those type of experiences, if you will, is to draw them. Like try drawing a golden ratio. It kind of gives you this very intuitive sense of what it is that's happening. So in the golden ratio as well, it has these straight lines in the actual box that the curve is going in, and then it has the actual curve, and again it kind of signifies this masculine and feminine energy. The masculine energy would be the one that's completely straight, the box is, you know, getting smaller and smaller, and then the curvature is actually the feminine side of it. And it is with that balance, the masculine creating the structure of the shape, and then the feminine creating the experience of the shape. It's what makes life as beautiful as it is. Ebb and flow, back and forth, positive, negative, pushing, pulling. It's what our universe is built on and based upon. Beautiful morning, beautiful day today, Meltmore. It is Northern Lolo. Every single day is a beautiful day if we decree it to be so. Quran is Muslim, Tarot is Jewish, I think. Torah, the Torah? I don't know how to say that word, but thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. Hey, brother, it's Rio. Do you remember me? Yes, I do, friend. Goodness me. Like, you were in one of the streams. I don't know if you're still here. I don't even want to say your name still. Hey, Rio. I'm just going to say Rio. Like, it's been forever since you've been in a stream, friend. Like, yo, it's been very long. And the first time that you were in the stream, you were like one of the originals, I think. Like, I was still sitting. I remember sitting here on a chair and propping my phone up. I didn't even have the streaming set up yet. Propping my phone up like on a candle, and it was a fun time. And I remember reading your name and looking at you directly and telling you that you're not worthless. You're not worthless, my friend. You're not. And I'm so happy to have you here again. How have you been? What have you been up to? How has life been treating you? Hey, Dan. Yeah, Dan is in the house as well. I just repotted it with fresh potting medium, but then I did only have one good root left to it. Then you did it in exactly the time that you were supposed to do it, Naomi. Math would be how we communicate, likely. I know, and this is something that I talked about before, and Dan actually said the exact same thing. But then my question was, in that moment, is if we were going to use math to communicate with each other, how do we express the concept of love, the concept of unity, the concept of oneness with each other only using math? And it's still something that I'm wondering about. Naomi, that's awesome. I want to get some houseplants. I actually want to get some houseplants as well, Dan. Like I love plants and I love taking care of plants, and yet I don't have any plants in my room. I don't know exactly why. Maybe I'm just not ready for a plant or whatever. No, I don't think so. Eventually I'll get a plant as well. Mm, the Fermi Paradox. Ferengi. Isn't the Fermi Paradox, my friend? The Fermi Paradox explains why we may never see aliens, even if they exist. Oh, Ferengi. Maybe that's another paradox that I don't know about, but I know about the Fermi Paradox that basically indicates that the reason that we might be the only people or the only living things in the universe is because of these great filters, great extinction events that basically kills all life systematically, and we have already passed a few of these filters, but we're going to have to continue to pass these filters if we want to survive as humanity. True, Anakin would most likely be a mathematical code, but I don't disregard the telepathy thing. Yeah, like the telepathy thing is a little bit out of reach still, so the way that I kind of think about it is that with like brain-computer interfaces, we would have basically an ability to express our thoughts into binary code. And I think that if like aliens had computers, they would start to build their computers on basic binary as well, because it's basically, transistors being turned on or off. And that is, I feel, something that would be pretty universal, at least in like programming technology. And I might be completely wrong. Like, imagine that as well. Imagine what computer technology aliens would have. That also fascinates me just thinking about it. I'm going to change my name now to Freezeless. You're gonna do that, Justin? Create a new account. I'll try and remember that it's you then. My mother is an avid gardener, and I insisted I take plants with me when I moved out. Absolutely, Naomi. I'm very happy that you did that as well. It's good to have plants. Like, my plants don't live with me, but I absolutely adore them as well. How are all of our friends today? I'm well, thank you, my friend. I hope that the rest of our friends are well as well. Relaxing with you guys before a busy day today. How about you, Dan? Freezeless must be stopped. He cannot unfreeze our ice caps. Yes! Freezeless has to be stopped. I feel greed. Greed is the face of Freezeless. Man, our polar ice caps. Like, people feel so powerless. I feel so powerless sometimes. Because what is it that I can do to stop the ice caps from melting? It is something that we have to do together. It's going to be a global decision, a united decision to actually save our planet. I hope that these global corporations open their eyes and wake up soon, my friends. Hey friends, hey Cloud Queen, welcome, my friend. Haven't seen you either for a very long time. It's so nice having you here. I'm enjoying my morning with you friends and smoking a wake-up bowl. That sounds really nice, prestigious match. What are you smoking on, friend? Also relaxing, Edmund. I took this upcoming week off from work, which is exciting. I read that message, Dan, but I was waiting for our conversation a little bit later to ask why that is. The fact that we exist at all is the very definition of nonsense. Yeah. The fact that, like, the likelihood, if you go into the math, the likelihood of you being right here, right now, is like 1 in a trillion. It's so unlikely that you exist, and yet here you are, existing, my friends. It's profoundly beautiful. Mm. The universe is so vast that we may never even escape our solar system with current tech. We'll escape our solar system, I have no doubt about that, but we probably won't escape our galaxy. Not within the next 5,000 years, I don't think. Unfortunately, unless we figure out how to create wormholes through which we can, like quantum tunnel. So if you want to think about space as like a flat sheet of paper, quantum tunneling would be folding that flat sheet of paper and then going through it like this instead of going all the way over it. Who knows? Who knows? I'm looking forward to seeing. Like, that's one of the reasons I want to live a long time as well. I want to see what humanity is going to be capable of. I want to see how we handle our first alien interaction. I want to see how we settle other planets, other solar systems. I want to see these things. It would be something that would bring so much joy to my heart to be a part of. I have 6 herbs that are doing questionable. Not dead, but they don't do great. 2 orchids, a small tree, a violet, a prayer plant, an ivy, and 2 spider plants. Goodness me, Naomi. You have enough plants for all of us. I miss the energy. I miss yours as well, Cloud Queen. Welcome, and thank you for being here again with us. I like to find these type of guys at festivals. I like to find people like you as well, my friend. We do exist. We do exist. We just have to sometimes go and find each other, right? And unfortunately, now we don't have to be at a festival to find each other because here we are, right now. We have found each other, my friend. Ugh, bugs. Yeah, there's bugs everywhere, my friend. Can't really escape them. I can see a bug it was like a meter away from my face, but now it's not anymore. But bugs everywhere. Um, when you melt more, I believe you will freeze less. Yeah, good one. Thank you, Merman. So, if the face of melt less is greed, then melt more, so that you can be freeze less. Right? Mm. I haven't noticed any smell when my orchids did bloom, and I haven't had any luck getting them to rebloom yet. This one seems to be just growing roots, and my other one seems to keep growing leaves but no bloom stems. Well, it's not spring just yet, so let's hope. Let's hope because their root systems are, growing in health. That soon enough they're going to be blooming for you. And I look forward to seeing a photo when they do. It's funny with all the snow melting here in Montana. MN, is it Montana? I don't know. MN, I'm constantly reminded of Meltmore and all you beautiful people. That makes me actually so happy. I never even thought about that. The snow melting makes you think of Meltmore because it is melting more, right? It's going to keep melting more until it's completely melted. Your hair reminds me of a lion's mane. You're like a wise lion. Thank you, my friend. I don't know if you're seeing. Is it here? It's either here or here. There's this little badge. One of our friends, Toasty, actually drew Melt the Lion. And it's this little lion that has his arms stretched out. He's sitting in the lotus position, big smile on his face, closed eyes, just welcoming you for a hug. Makes me so happy. It makes me so happy. So I appreciate the the love that you're sharing with me as well in turn, my friend. Who raves? I guess I do sometimes, my friend. Not, I haven't for a long time, and I probably won't again for a while, but I do. Good day to all. Good day to you as well, my friend. I was just listening to Schism by Tool. So interesting. We're talking about Fibonacci. Tool, dude. Damn. The music. And they have a new album as well. I don't know if Schism is the new album. It's probably just a track. But Tool is like on some other level as well. If you haven't listened to Tool, I'd highly recommend it. Great song, Dan. It really is. Maynard is a secret math teacher. Maynard is a secret math teacher. I don't exactly understand what that means, Cloud Queen. I've been noticing Fibonacci in nature a lot lately. Not sure what that means. It means you're seeing the very code that nature is built upon, my friend. At least in my opinion. I can see it as well. It's gorgeous. Like I'm looking at the underside of this tree and just watching the fractals becomes more and more of itself. And that's exactly what nature and in turn life does constantly, ever creating, ceaselessly creating more and more fractal geometry. It like has this single source, like the base of the tree, and it splits, becomes more, splits again, becomes more, splits again, becomes more, and then those little more and more and more branches become little leaves, creating the surface area for the tree to actually catch the amount of sunlight that it needs. Man, and the trees are very intelligent as well. They don't like to touch each other. Like, some people argue that it might be like a self-defense against insects, self-defense against like like other parasites, or it could be so that they don't break branches when like, there's wind blowing them against each other, or maybe they just like their personal space. And yet, even though they don't let their branches touch, their root systems are intercommunicating. So there's these little uh, strands of mycelium that attaches to roots, gives it nutrients in exchange for sugars, and then also exchanges information between trees with that root system by connecting each other's roots with each other through mycelial networks. And it's like the internet of our planet. Like, the reason we're creating the internet like we are right now is because it's a model in nature that works, my friends, and we're just replicating it. Oh no, there we go. We're just replicating it, creating more of it. Tool is absolutely amazing. Maynard is definitely a genius. Oh, Maynard is one of the creators' names. I'm so bad with names, so do excuse me. Lateralis is one of the greatest albums of human history. Another one of this. Where are you from, brother? I'm from South Africa, my friend. I prefer APC though. I don't know APC. Tour, that's how. Oh, Torah. 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 Is that how I say it? Thank you. Thank you, Dan. I appreciate it. Where in South Africa are you? I'm in like the Limpopo / Mpumalanga area, my friend. Love is electrical impulses. I don't exactly agree with that, my friend. I feel love is a fundamental force of our universe. It is the very source of it as well. Like, the reason we're experiencing the things that we're experiencing is because of love, literally. How do we keep our souls in these corruptible jars? Why do we keep our souls in these corruptible jars? Because we've chosen for it to be so, my friend. We've chosen to have this lived experience so that we may have this lived experience. Exactly for this lived experience as it is. Nothing outside of you can create the experience that you're feeling. Nothing can corrupt you. Nothing can change you. You are. You are. Absolutely, unequivocally. 143, I love you, merman. I love you, man. How have you been, dude? How have you been recovering from the grueling work? Like, it's another weekend actually, so a whole week has passed. I hope you've been well, man. We're like closed circuit electrical beings in a way, but why do we have the capacity to have these transdimensional experiences where it's like we get these electrical informational systems, if you will, from outside of us? So I don't exactly think it is closed circuit, Cloud Queen. Not completely, at least. Yeah, man, it's been forever, my guy. I was one of the first people in your streams, and I've actually been awesome. Sorry, man, for not replying to your messages because I was traveling. It's so grateful for you to be my friend. How have you been? It's no problem at all, my friend. I'm happy that you've been traveling. I hope that it's been absolutely blissful, amazing, insightful, and that you've been experiencing so much, my friend. I've been well. I've been really, really well. I've been going through so much in the last 80 days. I don't know if you know, but we've basically set an intention, made a commitment to stream every single day for this entire year. So today is day 80 of doing that, dude. And it's been a process. Our brains power everything. Also, like Cloud Queen, I feel like we have a little bit of a differing in opinion on that. Have you ever thought about the intelligence of plants? I think about the intelligence of plants all the time, my friend. I don't know if you sent that message based on the thing I said about trees and the mycelial networks. I don't think so. I think it was too long ago, at least your comment, for it to be the same thing, right? Fermi Paradox. Farragus, we're on Star Trek. Well, I was about to say it should be the Fermi Paradox. Drake's equation is interesting too. I don't think I know Drake's equations. Mushrooms are extraterrestrials. That would make us extraterrestrials as well, my friend, because if you look at our DNA, we co-evolved with mushrooms, and mushrooms were probably the first entities or beings on the surface of the planet, and they were these 8-meter funguses that was growing on our planet before there was any other life or any other trees on it. And we share more genetic information with mushrooms than we do with plants. So I love. I hope lots of positivity finds your way today. Thank you, my friend. I hope the same thing for you. Trees are like humans. I don't think so either. I feel like they are absolutely beautiful divine creations and creatures as well, but their experience is limited to the appendages they have. They have the ability to sense, I think information through their networks, the root networks, information through their branches, the way the sun hits their little leaves, the very insects that walk upon it, the birds that nest within it. I feel they have a very unique experience, and I don't think it's the same as the human experience. So I feel for that reason they're not the same as humans, at least not in their expression. I feel it would be difficult for us to talk to trees if we were able to. But I would love to if we could. From the deep space, 9 years. Yes, exactly. Mushrooms are a wonderful substance gifted to us by higher power. There's definitely a lot of people that believes that. I believe it is us co-evolving with our planet and our planet catering towards our needs. Because if you look at the molecule, at least the molecules that some of these plants create, it represents our naturally human produced chemicals so closely, and even the same chemicals that is found in like lobsters. So when lobsters fight each other, the winner like boasts and makes himself even bigger. And the reason he does that is because he has excess serotonin in his body. So when you give a defeated lobster who is unlikely to boast and to make himself bigger, when you give him serotonin, he boasts and he is more likely to get into a fight again. And then Mother Nature was like, okay, I see you have this informational system within inside of your bodies, so I'm going to cater towards that. And I'm going to give you something that you can grow with. And that's exactly why we have the things we have on our planet. If they sense anything is wrong, they help each other out. They really do. They do that, trees. Like, trees are amazing, Cloud Queen. Why does everyone assume aliens would have better tech than us? What if they find them first and they're in the Stone Age? I think if we find them first and they're in the Stone Age, I hope we give them like a little bit of a hint as to how to get through that stuff. What blows my mind is how that we perceive our external world with an organ that is isolated from the very thing. Yeah, exactly. Like the very experience that we have right now is basically our brains receiving all of these electrical inputs from our like hands touching things, our eyes seeing things, our nose smelling things, our ears hearing things. And then it creates like this amalgamation, this coherence of all of this information put together, and creates our lived experiences. It really blows my mind as well, Justin. I'm smoking on Chocolope Bud and the Lime Skunk Wax. That sounds really good, my friend. I feel like rocks live. So that is an interesting thing as well, Cloud Queen. Like there's this theory that technically everything has the capacity to tune into consciousness. It's just tuning into different vibrational frequencies of consciousness. So technically, rocks or stones could technically be sentient, just not in the same way that we're sentient because of our processing power and the frequencies that we can inhibit. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe we're all crazy, my friend. Trees are mirror images of mirror images, left and right, up and down, ancient race that have souls. I believe that as well, actually. As above, so below, my friend. Like, they're definitely highly intelligent. And, like, the acacia tree produces dimethyltryptamine, so like that tree must be on some other level as well. It has to understand something about chemistry to do stuff like that. I mean, people in spacecraft, not unmanned craft. I think I'm missing what you're talking about. What do you think about the Earth aging? I think climate change is inevitable. We can look at the history of ice ages. Yeah. I just think we're accelerating that aging process right now by producing and pumping as much carbon and methane as well into our atmosphere, and it's creating a blanket effect on our planet, creating more and more greenhouse gases to accumulate, and then in turn keeping more heat on our planet, and then so our planet is aging. And even if we kill ourselves as humanity with the nonsense that we're doing to our planet's gonna just continue. It's gonna be like, away, these humans killed themselves, let me just continue making life regardless. And humans should like click that and figure that out and like change things drastically. Where are you, brother? I'm in South Africa, my friend. Our solar system is huge. Out to Pluto is only like 10% of what we consider our solar system. I don't know if we will escape our solar system, to be honest. Let's wait and see, my friend. Like no one could know, but I'm like very excited to wait and see. Man, like I'm sitting today, like literally on an angle like this, and it's for some reason it's cutting the blood to my legs. It's creating discomfort in my back. This is also a necessary experience for me to feel. Yes, 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 yes. Thank you for the crab ray, friend. Thank you for the energy that you're giving me. I need it now, especially. Prestigious match. And thank you for the wholesome Justin. Maybe with a great awakening. Maybe, my friend. I'd love to visit the moon. Me too, actually. I'd love to visit Iceland and South Africa. Go to Iceland after you've come to South Africa, my friend. No, I haven't seen it. You're just giving me that vibe. I'm happy. Sharing the good vibes, my friend. There are places in Antarctica that haven't been explored, let alone the galaxy. Dude, like, let alone our oceans, my friend. Our oceans are like still an enigma, and there's so many things living in there that we don't even know yet. You're Melt the Lion. Yeah. Uh, Hey Harley Q, good morning, Melt. Hope you're having a wonderful day. I am. I am having a wonderful day. Thank you, my friend. I hope you're having a wonderful day as well. How about the Amazon? There are tribes of humans who haven't yet visited by modern man. Just think about that, dude. Like, technically, we are residing on this planet with people that are technically foreign aliens to us, right? Like, if we were to see someone living in the Amazon who has never met modern human beings, they would see us as aliens. Like, just think about how intelligent and how resourceful a human being with a cell phone is comparatively to a human being without a cell phone. We're changing ourselves absolutely every single time we interact with these technologies, and the more and more we do that, the more and more we're changing ourselves. So we just have to have the right intention to do that, change ourselves for the right reason. I went to a rave last week. Was it a good one, my friend? I hope you were wearing a mask. Maynard is a lover of math and laces his music with it. Math and its synergy with human existence. Yeah. Math, like, interestingly enough, even our chakras like resonate at these different frequencies, and these different frequencies can be found on like the musical scale as well. We're all interconnected. Music and our world is love. Toasty is the mosty. That logo is so dope. It really is. I'm looking forward to making it the like banner of the channel and of the Reddit username as well, I guess. But yeah, it's so cool. Create algorithms that make your Reddit streams possible. Look it up. Okay, that's interesting, my friend. I didn't know that at all. Not quite. Maybe tur Okay, tur. Thank you. Tor. Tor. Okay. Thank you, my friends. Because we upgrade, like computers, constantly changing our systems. We do. Love is everything. There we go, my friend. Tripping with religion and non-religious people is awesome. Seeing the different correlations they make. One says they feel the universe energy and everything. Another says it's God's love flowing through all. Yeah, and you can have both, my friend. That's the beautiful thing about it as well. Hello, Brenda. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here. I mean, kinder humans, without hate or discrimination. Trees are more complex than we observe them to be. Absolutely. That I completely agree with. And I would love for us to actually have the capacity to be able to like somehow chip in or tune in to the electrical signals that the plants are sending, at least into the ground, because they're communicating and living in communion with the planet as well. In doing so, it would be really cool if we could tap into that informational system. Similar trees are similar to how the movie Avatar conveys them, as far as information transmission. I believe that as well. I don't think it's exactly. I think it's more in that way than it is the way that people understand things now. And I wonder as well, like what the reach is. Like if trees are too far away from each other, do they lose the ability to communicate? And like how far can they communicate with another tree? I'm kind of curious about that as well. Feel like I was a cat in a former life. Maybe you were, friend. Maybe you were. Chocolope. Yeah, that was an interesting word. I've never actually said that word. Went to our monthly doctor visit yesterday, and I lost 6 pounds, and so did my son Wayne, and my sister lost 4 pounds, trying to get us healthier so we can live longer. That sounds like a good idea to me, Brenda. I'm so proud of you. Well done. Tell your son I'm proud of him as well. 6 pounds is a lot of weight to lose. Let's keep going. How do you find your own frequency? I feel meditation, my friend. If anything, that's going to be how you find your own frequency. There we go. Hey, Aunt B. Hello, everyone. I've been busy, but think of you always. Sending my love to each of you. Thank you, Aunt B. I've been missing you and Uncle Becky, actually. I think Uncle Becky like didn't stream for like 2 or 3 days, and I was thinking about you. I was sending you love as well, and I appreciate you being here with us now. How are you so positive? Uh, I don't think I'm so positive, my friend. I think I have the capacity to be positive, and that capacity to be positive is within each and every one of us. Sometimes life drags us down, and we can live in that experience and continue to live in that experience, or we can experience it, feel it for what it is, and then move past it, transcend into the happiness again, so that we may experience that happiness, so that we may feel that happiness, and then we can experience in turn again the negatives of life, the ebbs and flows, the positives and negatives. As long as we constantly allow ourselves to feel and go through the motions, go through the flow, instead of trying to grab onto any one of these informational systems, that is how we're going to find our frequency and tune into all that is, my friend, that positivity. I'm smoking on Chocolope. It's a new favorite of mine. It sounds really good, my friend. I think love is insanely powerful. Love for another actually improves mind, body, and spirit. I agree as well. It really does. Because it creates love within yourself. And love within yourself and saying loving things to yourself through yourself to another person create love within yourself and literally changes the vibrational frequency of your entire being. What will we be doing for your 365th stream? You should save a bud for each time you get some grass and then roll it up on the final stream. So, like, I actually thought about what we should do for our final stream. It's not going to be the final stream, even, my friend. I think it's going to be only the first year of something that's going to continue forever. At least I want it to continue forever. I want to be streaming on my deathbed at the end of the day. Just like share the space with all of you beautiful people even before I die. But for my 365th stream, I want to make a big bonfire, and then on each piece of wood I'm going to be taking some of the beautiful comments that you've shared with me, and I'm going to be printing them out, putting them on or around a piece of wood, and then adding these woods to the fire of love. And I'm going to light that fire of love as a symbolic sacrifice, a symbolic honoring, a symbolic gift to our universe, to our planet, to our intention to create love and to experience love within ourselves and to share that love with everyone. Much love, bro. Much love to you. Hey, Kiwi. Good morning to you as well, my friend. And hey, Finbacks. Welcome to your, it seems we have so many friends in here today. It's nice to see you, friends. Thank you for being here. I'm going for a long walk today. Finally nice weather here. Thank you for spreading positive vibes once again. Thank you, Chill with Purpose. I haven't seen you for a while as well, my friend. I'm happy that you're here, and I hope that your walk goes well, my friend. Go and chill with purpose, my friend. My phone just gave me a warning that Reddit is using more data than usual. I still have like 3 gigabytes left though, and usually only use about 1 gigabyte per month. Yeah, it should be fine. I don't think it would use more than a gigabyte realistically. I hope not, at least. Hey, how are you? Good, you. I'm happy. Your friends are so happy. That makes me so happy to see it. Yo, Mel, I'm really thinking about visiting South Africa someday. If you're down to meet one day, I'd be honored, my friend. If you come to South Africa, friend, do send me a message. Then we can see if our paths will align. I would love to actually be able to do something like that. Vibing off of the family energy. Yeah, we're creating a family, a community, a group of friends here that can uplift each other, help each other, build with each other, and create more and more of this passion that we have for life, my friend. It makes me so happy. Hey, there we go. I'm here, brother Bear. Loved you all, missing you. Can't wait to chat today. I'm off. Thank you, Ryan. I appreciate you being here as always, my friend. I hope that you've been well. I hope that you've been healthy. I've been thinking about you a lot as well, my friend. Been missing your presence a lot. I'm amazed that humans look into each other's eyes. Dogs and humans, fish and human, look into each other's eyes. Mosquitoes look into our eyes and bite us whenever they're whenever not looking. Yeah, they do, my friend. And being able to look into each other's eyes, like the whole saying of like your eyes are the windows to your soul. It's something that I actually resonate with as well. Like when you look at someone's eyes and you truly look at them like you want to look into them, it creates this very surreal experience, and people are very prone to look away in that circumstance as well. But if you can find someone that you can really look at and you can continually stare into their eyes over and over for, like, let's say, like if you can do it for 10 minutes, that is stonks. Like that will create such a surreal feeling within inside of you, and I'd highly recommend it if you have someone to do that with, my friends. Oh, nice. Dying is when the stars call you back. That's nice, my friend. I like that actually. So it's gonna be like the Wickerman, but actually good. What? I don't understand what that means. The fire of love. The fire of love. Do you like that, Justin? I really like that idea. It's something that I actually came up with while meditating, and I felt like the first thing that I wanted to do was to like get a piece of wood every single day and then like do a little mini live stream of that. And then I was like, if you're going to be getting a piece of wood and writing a message on it or putting a message on it, it's going to be like a 1 minute live stream. So I was like, I'll rather do it with intention, like maybe do like a 3 hour live stream at the end of the year, and then build this bonfire together and then light it for love. I love this bonfire idea. I'm happy that you appreciate it as well, Dan. I think it is going to be a good one. We never really die. Our souls are just repurposed. Yeah, friend. Our souls are infinite and eternal beings. We are infinite eternal beings. This body is a temporary learning device, and you have to see it for exactly what it is. Treat it well, and it will treat you well. I see you in another life when we are both cats. I look forward to chilling with you as a cat, my friend. Getting into our owner's catnip, like bumping things off of the cupboards, off of the flat surfaces, spilling the juicy snacks all over the floor. Teamwork, getting that. I can imagine it, my friend. I look forward to it. We return as the elements, or in the form of a tree or a kitten. Yeah, energy is constantly creating over and over again, ceaselessly creating over and over again. Melt, what did you think about the Peterbilt 397 I posted in the subreddit? Like, I think I said it in the comments as well, but looking at that thing, I'm like, yes, this is what a truck needs to look like. I really like it, my friend. But that being said, I can't imagine how much fuel this thing must use, dude, because I am still concerned about our environment. But it's not the end of the world. Not judging. It's beautiful, my friend. I really do love it. Mm. But brother, if you ever get popular, please keep us in your thoughts and never forget about us. I won't, my friend. Absolutely not. Like if I ever get popular, it would be because of you, friends. So how could I ever forget you? I appreciate you so much. I appreciate the time that you've been sharing with me. The amount of space that you've given me to heal and to grow and to become a more and more full human being, I'll be forever indebted, and I'll forever remember you, my friend. Thank you for being here, Rio. I really do appreciate your presence, my friend. Mm. We are the same light. There's no you and me. We are one. Death is just a transformation. Exactly, combatant duck. I'm gonna sneeze. Am I? No, it doesn't seem that way. It feels a little like I have that itch. Anyway, yeah, it's true. So if you want to really think about it in a more abstract way, you can think of us as beams of light emitting from the same sun or the same source. So becoming awakened is basically the beam becoming a whole, becoming aware of the whole, and becoming aware that the very energy that it is because of the source that it's from. And when we become aware of the source that we share, we can live together as light beings and as the source, and to help each other and to change each other. I think I was a kitten at one point. I guess we all were at one point, my friends. That's the beauty of it. After a year, you should do a time capsule or something with your favorite streams on a flash drive or something. I've actually been trying to save all of them, Edmund. Like, all of them are on YouTube as well, so, fingers crossed they'll stay there. But yeah, I think it would be important to like really get down the ones that are most important. 10 minutes of unbroken eye contact sounds intense. It really is, Dan. It really, really, really is intense. But it's profound as well in turn. Too bad we can't send Meltmore streams to space. Who says? Who says? Huh? No limiting thoughts or beliefs, Edmund. We can send freaking Meltmore streams to space if we want to. Let's see where the future takes us. My name is Tabby. Nice to meet you, Tabby. It's nice to make your acquaintance. Mom calls me Tabby Cat. That's so cute, actually. Tabitha. Tabitha. That is a beautiful name. We probably could. Yes, exactly, Justin. We'll send the streams to space. Power just came back. I'm happy. Now you have some Wi-Fi. You don't have to stress about the internet or the data usage either. I think Melt is going to need to start writing all of our names down, however. So, I'm stressed about that, Justin. I'm actually stressed about that because it's so important to me, or so intentional of me to remember your names and to know who you are, and to like know Justin, for example. You have kids, and it makes me so happy to know that. Naomi is a hairdresser. Uh, Lane is this like metalhead. Toasty. I don't know. I feel Toasty is such a mystery to me as well, and it makes me so happy just to think about him. I love mysterious people and mysterious things. And you're right, Justin. Like, unfortunately, the human mind can only remember something like 100+ names, and then it starts to like kind of lose the capacity to retain more of that information. But I would love to actually remember all of your names. It'd be so great. Is the self an illusion? So the self is a temporary learning device. So this body created the self that I now associate with, and that self that I associate with is going to allow me experiences to grow and to learn from. But the self that we share is universal, and that self is true, but we get to experience small parts of that self through the life that we're living right now. Mm, Thanks, brother. I really appreciate the wise words. I really love nature. Unfortunately, where I'm from, it's all city and noise. And one day I might come to South Africa and enjoy the time with you, brother. And we might get on live someday. Yeah, that sounds like an absolutely sick thing that we would like to do, actually. It would be nice to have a proper one-on-one conversation on these streams. And I would love to do that as well. And this is something that I've been considering. So I want to, like, with the Discord, actually have one of our friends or some of our friends like on, and then have conversations while we're doing that. I've just been like pondering and trying to figure out how the audio is going to work, because I'll have my microphone, and then I'll probably bring my speaker and then adjust the audio so that it is completely audible to you, friends. because it's going to be a little bit jarring if I can hear the person talking and saying things to me, but you can't hear it. And I think just like playing it from the basic computer speakers or something like that isn't going to be adequate enough. But plans in motion, my friend, plans in motion. That would be so badass. It would, wouldn't it? It would be so fun. Thank you, Mel. You're so welcome, my friend. Toasty is a free spirit. I'm sure he really is. He like blew my mind as well. Recently, he like quit a job where he was being, emotionally abused, and he took that chance. He took that, leap of faith to take care of himself, and it makes me so happy. Free spirit, as you said, Justin. Indeed. Never forget my name, Meltmore Lamar. I'll try not to, Rio. I'll try not to, dude. I've been memorizing so many names, and it's like something that's technically impossible. So let's say, and this is something that I'm going to be manifesting as well now. We have 1 million friends sharing in this space, right? How do I remember the name of 1 million people? Oh my. Like I would love to. Imagine if I had the capacity to be able to say hello individually to each and every single person on the entire planet. What would you say if you could? And I would love to see like your responses in this, my friends. What would you say to someone, or what would you say if you had the ability to speak like for a minute into the head of every single human being on the planet? What would you say to them? uh, yo, I believe you meant hey, my friend, welcome. I haven't seen you in a while. How are you? Yo to you as well. I'd love to see you IRL and discuss life. That would be rad. Hopefully one day we will, my friend. I would love to travel the entire world, and when I travel the entire world, I'm going to also let all of our friends know where it is I'm traveling to, and then I would love to actually meet you in person. It would be such a blessing. Your brain sounds like it's made out of sticks and twigs. Sticks and twigs is you being generous, my friend. My brain is made out of a mush that is the consistency of like firm-ish jello. It's like this little blob. Sticks and twigs would be more rigid, my friend. Our brains are even more like shifting, changing, and molding into something else. I would say drink more water, make sure you got that drip, love each other. Yeah, make sure you get that drip. What do you mean, like, I would say drink more water? Like, just randomly. Are you replying to someone, Dan? I'm kind of confused. I hope you find peace. Eskimo. Don't worry about him, my friend. I'm sharing love with him as well. Like, there's a reason why he's here, and I want him to be here as well. You can have a notebook to write down their names, or just print out their names, Lamar. I know. But now imagine me like having this book. So I already have this notebook that I'm putting things in that's important. So then I like see, oh, Cloud Queen. So and I like scroll. Oh, Tabby, of course. It's going to be a little bit. I feel it's gonna take me out of the moment too much. But if you can just tell me, like you tell me, hey, it's Rio, and then say something, then I would always remember your name. Wouldn't that be stonks? And I would love to say your name as well, my friends. You sound like you need this love, sending you a hug from Montana because you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Exactly, my friend. Exactly. You need to take a nap. Just children do. Most people don't drink enough water, so it could speak to the world. I'd say, oh, drink more water. I'm sorry, Dan. I asked that question and then I completely spaced out about the question that I asked. I feel there is sometimes a little bit of a disconnect. What I would say if I had one thing to say to the world is I would tell them, this is you, trust yourself. And then never say something again. This is you, trust yourself. And it would probably trip out so many people. But it would be amazing. Because I feel if people trusted themselves a little bit more, we might have a little bit more love and unity in this world. My friends, like, I know I'm ending the stream a little bit earlier than usual, but I desperately need to go to the bathroom and my back is killing me. No, my back is feeling fantastic. Yes, Today's lesson was transformation, my friends, allowing ourselves to transform into the beings that we're supposed to be and going through the feelings so that we may be transformed and to be able to transform ourselves in this moment where we are right now, not having to go anywhere to achieve this transformational effect that we desire in our lives. I love you, my friends. I love you so, so much. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to read Ryan's comment. See you, chiropractor. I want to, Justin. I want to, my friend. Hopefully I'll come and see you one day. I would tell the world what you believe about your heroes, you can believe about yourself. Ryan, you flatter me, my friend. But yeah, I agree. What you believe about your heroes, my friends, you can believe about yourself. Love you all. What do you think about the laws of attraction? I believe in the laws of attraction, my friend. Manifestation is a real thing, and I'm going to manifest this stream to end right now. I appreciate you so much, my friends. I hope to see you again tomorrow. I'll probably be dancing tomorrow morning again. I love you. Thank you for being here with me. Sending you love and light, my friends.